is to be very powerful on.
Yeah, mine definitely one of the few maps where the questions definitely come through for what we can expect from both of the teams, because the last time we did see them, the map pool was split Ascent and Haven. Now we never got to see Haven because Arya Gaming, they won that matchup 2-0, winning Split and Ascent. So you can see Split already removed from the table. Instead, it's going to be Bind coming off first. I feel like the team that wins the first map uh, naturally just gets this huge momentum boost. But in this particular matchup, the team that gets that morale boost just starts firing on launch cylinders, should be able to close it out. The first map going to be really important. And looking at the compositions, we're expecting the exact same on both sides. Is that Jet Rays standard composition coming out for both teams?
It's one of the tried and true compositions when it comes to the map of Bind. Bind, I do believe it's one of those maps where flashes are a bit overrated, but the Reyna flash does come in handy. The Phoenix, not as much when it comes to the map of Bind, mainly because of the amount of corners that this map does portray. And when you have a lot of those corners to work with, people can hide from the flash, they can dodge it out. And no one in Blind really plays those open angles. So flash characters, not really the best thing. So using that raise to clear out corners and using the jet to get in into the site so that you can cause a lot of chaos is the best composition for this specific map. That's why every single top level team in this entire region is going to be running this composition.
Yeah, like the only question when it comes to not having a flash, as we've discussed, is really a difficulty of execution. But when you're looking at teams in the top six half of the tournament, that difficulty of execution for them, not as much as you would normally consider it. These are the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and now looking to establish their place in the lower bracket finals. If start to date with XTZ Esports and try to make their way to the grand finals on the basis of that. For these teams, like this matchup, though, it's not just about that lower bracket finals. For both of them, for Arya Gaming, it's about establishing their dominance over Godlike Esports, getting that 2 series win. For Godlike, it's all about revenge. It's about taking that matchup back against the team who put them down into the lower bracket to begin with.
This is the story that we all love to see. It's been a while since we said this revenge story. In Series 4, it wasn't really revenge stories happening, more like 2-0s getting dished out constantly. And now back in Series 5, two juggernauts facing off against each other. IL Gaming being one of the more newer teams to show up in this entire series, but all names, of course, coming out from their side. And Godlike, them picking up Deathmaker. They came into this tournament like a storm, and now they're facing off against the first people who have taken them out in this entire matchup. So now that they're here, they need to try and go in for this fight, and they need to redeem themselves, because if they have any chance of going up against XTZ Esports, they're an organization that you know for a fact, CA, they're absolutely dangerous with their lineup. And now Godlike need to prove themselves here in a very dominant fashion if they have any chance moving forward.
Yeah, we're talking about proving themselves at Yeah Gaming. They've constantly done just that. A brand new roster coming into Series 5 with players such as Tito and Batman, players who we've formerly seen before, but never seen rise up to the form that they have been on II Gaming. They've displayed a new level of skill in themselves, but also a brilliant level of synergy within their teammates. With young talent like Pasha and Titan, it really feels like Pasha, Titan, and Pokey. It really feels like the sky is the limit for this team, and a win against Godlike to make it 2-0 in terms of series would just be absolutely phenomenal on your record and really set the stage for any potential organizations that do want to acquire this roster. So for IA Gaming, it's all about proving themselves once again, proving that what happened back then in the upper bracket was not just a one off, and it's something that they can find in results consistently. I'm just excited to get this match underway. And going into Bind, I just want to take a second to talk about Deathmaker's Raise. Now, Bind, I feel like one of the few maps, as you said, right, where the race can be so vital in the way it clears out corners and also is able to get the fast executes. If anything we know about Deathmaker's play is that he's clean. Him on the race is going to be a treat to watch.
He loves to be aggressive. That's what we know and love about Deathmaker. When he's breaking down into a site, there is no way you're going to be stopping him. And with the satchel pack plays, he's so good when it comes to controlling it. And when it comes to his aim, it's just absolutely pristine. There is no situation, I believe, that I've seen Deathmaker pull off a headshot and it doesn't look clean. Even if he's looking like at 90 degrees away from the enemy, his flick shot is gonna hit them, even if he's on elbow, even if he's on cubby, even if he's on the CT side. When it comes to his executions, it's always clean. And when he has Knight Rider as his backup, as his person to look into as his person to look at his back, whenever he cannot hit those shots, Knight Rider is going to be there for the trades or to give him enough backup to get a kill.
Remember, if you're enjoying the action, we're approaching the last final days of not just the Challenger Series 5, but the Challenger Series franchise as a whole. So do show your support, like this stream, share it with your friends, get everyone here together as soon as possible, because you want to experience this moment for yourself. Don't want to be the few people left out of it. Make sure you share it and hit that notification bell, because finals week coming up, this has been the most competitive Challenger Series of all, and it's going to be the best finals last 2 days coming up, so make sure you're there with the notifications bell. Now I think we're going to be getting into match really soon, so I'm just excited. We are so looking at these teams, right? For me, Arya Gaming, I think we're going to be looking at Badman a lot. He has constantly been able to pick up those MVPs on the Cypher, and we already saw today, Harsh on the Cypher, how pivotal he was to XCZ Esports on the Vine. Now, if Badman can really step up, I think that's going to go a long way to Arya Gaming to be able to pull this match off. But it's going to be Arya starting on the defense and Godlike on the attack. Already Arya starting it off. Titan with the first kill, and it's going to be Arya holding on strong. Multi-kills for Arya, and looks like first round going their way.
First round's already down on their side, and Godlike, they're not gonna be happy as it seems like a potential flawless as Gargot makes his way down from the shower angle to see what he can find. He goes in for the peek, but Pasha is gonna be there to take him out. An immediate kill on his side. There's gonna be a flawless round for the side of Arya Gaming. Them holding down this defense was really good, and Titan, you have to give it to this man to get that first initial kill off onto Deathmaker as he was trying to peek from the side of Market. Him being taken down from the side of B Short was going to be that opening kill that opened up the floodgates for the entirety of Arya Gaming to get kill after kill, multi-kill after multi-kill. And with Pasha doing that push onto the shower side, they were able to close it all out, and it's going to be a round for the side of Arya Gaming.
Yeah, Arya doing really well in their pistol to pick up that round, and now they will be given the opportunity to go for the buys. Godlike though, I'm expecting an eco round coming out, so for them it's just about causing as much damage as possible. Now Bind, it is a defense-sided map, as we all know, because of the fact that there is really no mid to control, makes it easier to control the site through its sole entry points, and that's where Arya Gaming, they need to look to find their edge in this first half. Because I feel like if you give Godlike an advantage and you give them a role, they just start running away with it. Now, yeah, they're a similar team as well. So Godlike, they need to make sure that they don't go back-to-back rounds down, and they can start here with the eco round, try to cause as much damage as possible, force Arya into an investment in their own buy round, and try to make their way from there. Now, all of Godlike, they started towards A, but now grouping towards B. Yeah, they know something is up. They're already starting to come through for the rotate. One pokey on the flank, the rest of Arya coming through. It's Tito with the first kill. Shivi answering back with Titan and Deathmaker trading, meaning it's 3v3 on the map.
They get a 3v3, but it's already over where the bodies just kept on dropping as they entered down into the side. And Tito getting that first kill off was all that they needed to try and turn this all around. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the second round on the board for the side of Arya Gaming. And Godlike, it's going to be their first buy round. Yes, they did do a significant amount of damage, I would say, getting those 2 kills on that initial eco round. So I will say not the end of the world, but without a spike plan, not really, it wasn't really a successful eco round, I would say, but still, it's gonna be their buy rounds, and here's where the turning point is about to begin. It's either go big or go home as Godlike go into the third round.
Revealing area.
See, now this round for Godlike Esports, the buy round coming through, going to be extremely important, and they're treating it as such, completely spread out, looking for the picks, trying to establish pockets of control across the map. The hooker control being taken by Deathmaker and Shivi, while in that area it's White Horse and Knight Rider trying to get something done. Whitehorse, he'll just have to step back, get spotted out, and now with Skargård being spotted out as well, it's Arya Gaming pushing back, trying to take control of A's side, but Godlike able to start pushing in onto B. With all this information of Arya Gaming's push onto A, and the kill going through for Pasha, Godlike, they will commit onto B, look to get side control for themselves, but they haven't done it fast enough. Now Arya having picked up a kill, they'll go for the rotate and will be there in time for a quick retake.
Seeing as though Titan, he's going to be going up against the matchup on Deathmaker, but he's able to get out with the skin of his teeth, but Deathmaker, he's going to be chasing it down and reaping his soul straight up. Titan does go down. It's going to be Batman and Pasha slowly making their way forward, but Knight Rider, he has the perfect angle for him. So does Tito, but Tito does go down as well from the sidelines. It's going to be Deathmaker getting one on the Batman. It's going to be Pasha going up against the entire world, but Chivy, he's going to be at the hookah side to take him out immediately. No angle for him, no chance for him to try and save that round off, and it's gonna be Godlike winning out on their buy round, taking us to a 2-1 scoreline.
Godlike doing really well in their buy round. I did think that given the fact that they were quickly there for the retake, they might have been able to make a difference. But Godlike, they understand that themselves. The approach for Godlike being to try and deny the side push itself, holding down the aggressive angles towards the elbow and the halls, meaning that they're instead able to pick up the kills and they're the ones able to secure the round. For Arya, this should be an eco round going out, and as you see, it is one. So a chance for Godlike to equalize it on the scoreboard and a chance for them to push through on the basis of that. Arya setting up what looks like an eco rush with 3 members stacking on that B shot angle, looking for information with the recon drone. They spot one out, and now Whitehorse stuck in a corner will just get taken out with the help of the shock dart and the paint grenade. That's a first blood for Arya Gaming once again. For Godlike Esports, they respond really well. They take B side control.
They're just rushing it down on the B side and they take it all away from the side of Arya Gaming. They're able to find a lot of value and get a kill as well on their sidelines. But with the side control in their favor, and Shivy with a recon ball knowing exactly what the last 2 members are gonna be at, but it's not gonna be enough as Deathmaker, he's taking heads. He takes 3 in that situation, and Skargård gets the last one as well, going on to Tito, taking him out. And ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be round number 2 for the side of Godlike with a heavy explosive execution down on this B side. And CA, that was really beautiful. They answered so well, going in for the fast rush, knowing that okay, for Whitehorse got killed by at the bare minimum of 3 people down in hookah. So how many people are going to be inside? Only 1. They made the rush, they got the kills, and they closed it all
Eyes
up.
on target.
Beautiful execution coming out from the side of Godlike.
Yeah, that sort of inter-team communication and response in the moment really important for Godlike, and really something that we've only been seeing recently. The synergy for the team as a whole starting to build up and look really strong. Now Godlike and Arya, both of them have the full buy, so both of the teams trying to push through. You see Arya with the B-long control, but it's Knight Rider with the showers push who'll pick up the first blood and create a lot of pressure for Godlike in this A side. Now, Deathmaker's positioning though in hookah, this is going to be so pivotal to how this round goes, because you see 2 members of Arya on the flank, Pasha and Titan. If Deathmaker chooses to group up with this team, he could surprise them entirely. It's Godlike choosing to commit to Ace side, and Deathmaker being taken down, but Godlike once again responding to a man going down with side control.
Already gonna be going down, and Knight Rider being the smoke criminal he actually is gonna be able to survive. But Titan, he has a showstopper available, but he's not gonna be able to find anyone. It's gonna be Pasha on the sidelines, so being able to take one on his clone, and Pasha gets the third as well onto Shivy. And Titan, he gets the guy lurking near the shower angle. It's gonna be all over as Godlike, they tried to be smart. They tried to go in for the rotation play and get that kill onto Pasha, but he was way too quick with his own headshots, and he's gonna be able to take him out as the defense. It's gonna be strong, going strong, sorry, for the side of Arya Gaming at a 3-2 scoreline.
One thing to get frags as duelist, but the impact frags coming through for Pasha. First picking up that kill onto DM towards that B shot area to deny any sort of backstab for DM into the A side, and then the 2 kills onto Shivy. Shivy pushing into that CT area, he had his ultimate ready. So if Pasha does go down and Shivy does survive, that's a very easy post plan for Godlike with the Hunter's Fury. Pasha doing really well, but now on the other side, it's the opposite jet in Knight Rider. Once again, first blood, Knight Rider on top form, and Godlike responding extremely well. 3 kills already down in their favor. It's Godlike with B-side control.
Batman and Pokies. They're gonna be in a pretty bad situation if they try to go for this push. So opting for a save would be the best option for them because 5 versus 2, it's just a Cypher, and it's just one Omen. Not really a lot of value in this. Going in for the retake, so they're going to be going in for that save, but it gives us a little bit of time to talk about what exactly happened in this situation. See, I do believe that on the defense, they were a bit too aggressive with their forward positioning, and I think that is what gives the advantage towards the side of Godlike. Yes, of course, that's Knight Rider. He has insane aim, but at this level, you know for a fact that everyone can hit very nutty shots. So going for these pushes is very detrimental, I do believe.
Definitely. I mean, we advocate for such proactive plays on most maps on defense because of the fact that you need pockets of control to funnel the attacking team into a particular area. But on Bind, there's only 4 entries. You really don't necessarily need to do that every round. Rather, make it a play in your playbook where you do it once in a while instead of doing it every round and putting yourself in a position where the other team can predict such an aggressive push, play around it, and catch you out. It's very important on Bind on defense to not open up one of these entries with those aggressive pushes, because when those aggressive pushes go wrong, what happens is that suddenly that entry point completely open and very easy for a composition that both of these teams have, which is the Jet and Raze quick and fast composition to enter the site, take site control, and get themselves into the post plant. Godlike, they did just that, and now they've equalized the scoreboard, looking for their lead here in this round. It's Arya at a slight economic disadvantage. I'm expecting weapons on most of them, but at least one person with a smaller buy. Meaning now Arya, they left out Deathmaker. Oh my god, the push into A side, not caught out at all, and Tito in the shower, sorry, Pasha in the showers just gets caught out. Now Tito, he's just standing here waiting. All he has is the ghost, and he's trying to be a ghost himself, but should get caught out right about now. Tito, he's being swarmed on all angles.
He does go down as well to the hands of White Horse and Deathmaker. He has a very forward position for his side as he's trying to hold down the fort from his shower side. But at the same time, it's going to be 3 members on the side of Ideapad Gaming. They're going to be going in for that save, as these executions coming out from the side of Godlike are just absolutely beautiful. See, they made absolutely zero noise pushing through that A side. Even though they were starting to rush, they played it slow. They waited on Shivi's call. Shivi, and an amazing IGL call coming out for him to make sure his team was very quiet in that side while he made a lot of noise near the shower angle. Because normally what happens, attackers always try and establish shower control before they push in through the short side. And this play coming out from Shivi to send his members walking into A to clear out all of those angles while he kept the people at shower busy, keeping them guessing that, hey, maybe they're going to push to shower first before they push to short. He was able to play the mind games against Ideapad Gaming and take them off guard in that round.
Yeah, because the mind game's especially strong because in that position, there's been situations where Godlike in the past have left Shivi on the lurk while going for that B-side push. So, like, in that shower's angle as a defender, you have to be thinking, like, is Shivi here alone? Do I need to check my back? Is Shivi here stacked with his team? Or is Shivi just making the noise to do what his team did in that round, which was take A-side control to that short angle? Given the number of options Godlike had at their disposal, it becomes very hard for the defenders to predict, and trying to predict puts you in a sticky situation the way Tito was. Now Arya Gaming, they are down a round and they are on defense, so they need to fight back, make sure the lead too much not in favor of Godlike Esports, and they're doing just that in this round. Pokey picking up that opening kill, taking out White Horse, meaning now Godlike, they have to reevaluate their situation and try to rotate off this A side. With all 4 members of Arya coming on to A though, meaning B side all but open, and you can see Godlike already trying to find the rotate there, waiting for Knight Rider to get a pick and gain control.
Slowly making their way forward, but it seems as though they're going to be opting to go towards that B side because control was established by Knight Rider, but Pokies, he had the very sneaky flank sitting down on the B long side, and he's going to be able to TP out, and it seems as though Godlike, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They don't know where to go. The spike is made its way towards that B side, but already it's going to be Cargot going now. Deathmaker finds 1 kill on Pasha, but at the same time, he's the only one remaining. He needs to go in for a kill, or he needs to die himself. He has 8,800 credits, but doing a little bit of damage to the side of the defense economically. Maybe a good thing, but Pokies with his 4K and his beautiful, beautiful defense was able to hold strong. And that's going to be another round on the board for the side of Arya Gaming. But CA, we do need to talk about something. It's going to be back and forth rounds going for both sides, it seems.
Yeah, back and forth rounds going for both sides. We know what that means. We means that the economy for the teams hurt. But given the fact that Godlike did get a win streak through before the losing this round, I mean, they're in a slightly more comfortable position. But for Arya, Pokey coming out huge in this round, holding that B-long angle really well, not peeking Knight Rider at all, meaning he's the one able to secure this round for Arya Gaming. Now, into this next round, I see 5 ultimates ready for Godlike Esports. And when I see 5 ultimates ready, especially the Raze ultimate, I expect one of two things. Either a 5-man stack into a heavy push, or you try to use these ultimates like the Raze ultimate and the Hunter's Fury to bait out one particular side, try and get some picks, and then push through onto the other. Godlike though, I don't think they're going to do either of these things so far given their positioning. They just spread out looking for their picks. We'll have to see if they can find them, because now a double B-long push for Shivy and Knight Rider. Shivy just backing up both of his duelists, playing alongside each other. They're looking for the peaks, and now Shivy, he'll pull out the recon drone and go for that B-long spot. And with the paranoia coming out for Arya, they're trying to respond. They get a couple of tags, bring Knight Rider down really low, but they're not able to take him down just yet. Now, Deathmaker, he's holding that hookah angle, but instead it's Pasha on A, taking down Scargod. Badman taking down Deathmaker. That's Godlike completely exposed.
They know exactly where they're gonna be at, and with the neural theft coming out as well, all of their positions are gonna be known. It's gonna be Knight Rider trying to go in for a play, but with only 11 HP and his knives, he's not gonna be able to find much. Whitehorse gets 1 kill onto Tito, but still, it's probably not gonna be enough as Whitehorse slowly creeping his way forward. Maybe gonna be able to get a kill on this operator, but a beautiful play coming out from Pasha to just dodge it out. And Shivy, he's not gonna be able to clear his corners that quick as Pokies. He had his crosshairs trained on his head to take him out. And a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of Arya Gaming. I have to say that Godlike, they played it smart, not really push with the Outrun in that situation, knowing that the Omen play could be coming through. But still, the amount of map control that Arya Gaming had in this situation, and Pasha, his operator plays were just so beautiful in this round. And there was not much that Godlike could have done to try and enter into the side. As you said, CA, they should have tried to go in for a 5-man stack onto one side and then push in through from there.
I mean, when you see young players like Pasha have just this nutty aim, it really does fill you with hope for the community as a whole. Pasha really stepping up here in map 1, already like showing his proficiency with the op. And the op, like we've talked about this before, in a map where you only have 4 sidelines to control as such, the op being able to deny one thing, a 25% just removal of opportunity for the attacking team, that is absolutely huge. Now Pokey, he's like, I don't need the op to make a difference. Does just that, holding that B-shot angle. He's gonna be the one finding a kill. Pasha with another and Pokey with his third. Yeah, they found their groove on defense.
They already know how Godlike are gonna be playing their rounds, and it seems as though the bodies are just gonna keep on dropping. Godlike, they need to start using their ultimates much more frequently for a lot of these rounds. You have to think of it this like this, seeing ultimates, they will come and go constantly, and you as a team, if you're not cycling through your ultimates, if you're not taking ult or control, you are not really utilizing the full potential of your roster. Yes, I do understand you're wanting to use it for the perfect moment, but if you're not using your ultimates, there is not going to be a perfect moment, because you're saving it for that one situation. What about if in another situation you had another perfect moment? Your ultimate would have been recycled, and it seems as though Godlike, they're not using any of their ultimates or taking much map control whatsoever as a team, and they're trying to do it individually.
Yeah, I would like to see a bit more like usage of especially the Hunter's Fury and the Showstopper, because on attack, those ultimates can completely flip the script on a round. Their ability to create the amount of area pressure that they do while entering a site is completely unprecedented. For example, you can use the Showstopper to push in from B hookah, clear out the back of the site behind the tube on B, and allow your team to use that pressure to push into the site. Even if the Raze isn't getting any kills, the fact that the site entirely clear is a huge deal for the team. Similarly with the Hunter's Fury on A, being able to clear out lamps as a whole with the Hunter's Fury is absolutely humongous, and that sort of proactive usage of ultimates very important, especially on bind, where the ultimate points control really does end up edging out team with a big advantage. Like going to showers, picking up the ultimates points again and again is just absolutely humongous. Now for me, I think Godlike, they started off really well, but yeah, they're really settling into a groove, and it's 6-4 on the scoreline. In these last 2 rounds, if Godlike, they can pick one of these 2 rounds, I think they would be content with the way the round goes. And for Arya, it's the exact opposite. They need to try to win both to make sure they're the ones with that significant edge going into their own attacking half.
I do agree with you on that, CA. Aya, they're just in that zone, it seems, to try and take it all away from the side of Godlike. But still, Godlike, they're one of those few people that can always bounce back from a loss. We have seen that over and over again. We have seen very long sets coming out from them as well, where they were able to come out on top. So I do have hope for it. It's gonna be Pasha getting spotted out by the Aldron, and finally the ultimate has been popped from the side of Deathmaker, and he's creating so much pressure with Shivi on his side as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Deathmaker running it down from the silence, but it's gonna be Pasha getting that first kill straight through the smoke onto Knight Rider. Knight Rider, he's not gonna be happy that he died in those kind of scenarios. And Whitehorse, he gets tagged down to 70 HP, and with the operator trained right in his face. Pasha, he's holding down the shower angle. It's gonna be Poke. He's getting that kill on the Shivi as well, and it seems all but gone for the side of the attackers. And it seems as though with Batman getting that kill on the Stargod, it's all over. Ditto getting his own kill, and Pasha getting his last one as well onto Whitehorse. A flawless round once again for the side of Aya Gaming, and it seems as though there's nothing stopping them when it comes to the side of attack. Sorry, side of defense.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the way they use the showstopper in the round. Godlike Esports finding the ultimate to push all of Aya Gaming out to the side. But what I like even better is the response for Aya Gaming. They're like, you know what? Let's give up the site entirely. Let them take control of the site. But let's make sure that we stay around the edges of the site with one person on the flank. Meaning that as soon as they hear that the spike is going down, as soon as they hear that the showstopper has been thrown out, they just swarm in for the retake, not allowing any time whatsoever for Godlike to settle into their post plans, meaning it's Arya Gaming playing it very well in a reactive fashion to now pick up the 3-round lead for themselves. This round going to be so important because for Arya Gaming it's a chance to take a massive lead, and they're doing so really well. Titan dancing around the Hunter's Fury and picking up a kill. Arya Gaming already with a 3-round lead, 3-man lead.
Maybe that was just a hair away in that situation, but Pasha, he actually won out that fight against Whitehorse with that battle with a frenzy. My god, Pasha, you are stepping up massive in that round.
Yeah, Pasha has been absolutely massive throughout this first half. Even in the early round, that pivotal round, I remember in the second buy round, him picking up those 3 kills and then following through with the operator. Like, it always has been on defense for me. The idea of trying to find a stabilized eco to pick up an operator when you have that jet, because the jet and op, it's like a love story which is far better than Twilight, and it just sets up this story where, like, you see the way she's able to use it, especially in the capable hands of a player like Pasha style. It just denies one site or one angle altogether. Like, one angle is general, like what you expect, but when Pasha is able to pull off insane flicks, then one site itself denied with the operator.
And Pasha, he loves to change up his positions when it comes to the operator. When he plays that operator, you'll never find him on the similar angle more than once, and that is his true strength. But oh my god, from the side of Aya Gaming, they're now swarming down from that shower side, and it's gonna be Titan holding down any sort of a push. But still, Godlike, they're playing the discipline game. They're not really giving a lot of information, but this shower push is gonna be coming in soon enough, ladies and gentlemen, with the paranoias and everything. And it's gonna be Scargod on the receiving end of some pain. It's gonna be Deathmaker answering on the Batman, so getting that first initial kill off. So the side advantage is in their favor, and Deathmaker, a beautiful grenade to get the spike planted before it was even put down, and the spike has gone down in such a bad scenario. It's gonna be Pasha going in for the cat. He's gonna be able to get one on the Deathmaker. He's trying to look for another. It's gonna be Tito coming out from his side. Tito be able to hold strong. He's going to be going into the peak. He's going to be getting one onto his own cone. And now in a 1 versus 2 situation, it's going to be the Sova for the side of Arya Gaming. He's holding down the fort, but he needs to try and make his way down to the spike. He has full shield on his favor, so one headshot will not take him out just yet. But he's going to get peaked soon enough, I do believe. But still, Knight Rider and White Horse, they're playing it smart. They're playing the patient game instead. And with the spike in his hand, he needs to go in for a play as of right now. He's going to go in for the flank, but
10 seconds left.
I do believe they're going to be white swinging him in this situation. And yep, it's going to be White Horse going in for the white swing and the taps to take him out. Not much Tito can even do in that situation. And he gets taken out. A beautiful round indeed from the side of the defense. And it seems as though Vine, it might as well be a defense favored map.
Yeah, Bind, the idea, like, it definitely is to just wait it out and allow the team to approach you, especially when you see a fast execute the way we saw in this round for Arya Gaming. They do end up going down, but that situation, particularly with the spike and the bomb, that gave me a bit of deja vu because we saw that earlier today as well. Like, that spike being denied in that obvious situation near the truck by the bomb, I feel like that's something teams need to start expecting and potentially even trying to fake out. What you can do is fake the plant so that the grenade comes through and then you dodge the grenade, go for a plant in a different situation. Now it's Arya on the eco, going for the eco rush, is tight in picking up a kill onto Shivy, but White Horse and Knight Rider instantly answering back, holding down B-side strong.
They're holding it down. It's just going to be leaving Tito once more. Tito, not much that he can do in this... Tito, not much that he can do in this situation, and it's going to be an 8-6 scoreline for the side of Godlike Esports. They're slowly climbing their way back, winning the pistol run and winning the anti-eco round. And from their side, they're going to have a lot of Spectres to work with, and they have a lot of money as well moving forward into the next round, CA.
Yeah, for Arya Gaming, they will be able to afford full buys though, so this is the round they need to make it work. Because the same applies on the other side with respect to the operator and stabilizing the economy. Knight Rider, he's damn good with the operator. So if you lose back-to-back rounds, if you allow the defenders to build up a win streak, he will pick that up and he will start shutting down entries altogether. So yeah, they need to make sure that that win streak doesn't come through, and they're trying to do it with this A-side push. Now the smokes into CT and Heaven, and the paranoia coming out is going to be a Shovers commit from Arya, but the shock dart to deny it and delay it, it's a bit of damage onto Arya, and they're just going to have to reconsider and reevaluate. They know that most of Godlike have now come through for the rotate onto A, and they're just waiting it out, waiting for Godlike to make the first move, get really just pestered in their place, push it aggressively, and Arya, with that prediction, they pick up the first blood onto Knight Rider, and now they have multiple options. They can just go back onto this A side, or they can try to go for the rotate onto B.
Going for the rotation play, I do believe, would be the smarter play, but it's going to be Deathmaker fading and Crosshair. He just fights two before he goes down, as Pasha is going to be going in for that trade. It's going to be Pokis coming in from the sidelines as well, getting that kill on the Scargod from the shower angle, and it's going to be leaving Godlike to go in for this retake. 2 versus 3, sorry. Moving forward, Chevy and White Horse. One coming from the CT side, one coming from A shore. Will he be able to survive is the real question. Chevy making a good amount of noise, knowing for the fact that one person at the bare minimum is down in the lamp side, but White Horse, he may be fighting off a bit more than he can chew. He gets one onto Tito, but it's not gonna be enough, as Chevy, he's gonna be going down on them. 1 versus 2, slowly making his way forward again in such a bad clutch situation. Not really a lot of information to work at. And Pasha, he has his crosshairs trained down on the angle of lamps, and he's gonna get taken down immediately as he was holding it down tight. As Godlike Esports, they lose out on this round, and Arya Gaming, they go to a 9-6 scoreline.
Arya Gaming doing really well in their buy round, able to ensure that they deny that win streak for Godlike. And I feel like Godlike, they ended up baiting themselves with these aggressive pushes. Even though Deathmaker, he does really well here, don't get me wrong. The fact that Knight Rider even getting caught out for first blood is where Arya Gaming are able to capitalize and take advantage. I think it was mostly Godlike trying to push in to find their Spectres and take advantage of them. But hold on, wait a minute. Look at this scorecard. I'm seeing a double
Okay, here we
operator
go. Here we go.
come out for Godlike Esports. I know how good Knight Rider is with the op. I know how good Deathmaker is with the op. If this works out, like the ability to deny both sides at the same time, it would be humongous. But if this doesn't work out, that's 10,000 credits down the drain.
You know for a fact, CA, that the double operator meta has disappeared for a very long time after the operator nerfs came through. And now that this is here, once again, I am kind of scared. First of all, we have Knight Rider, an absolute beast with the operator, and now DM King himself. I'm just gonna watch. I'm not even gonna say anything at this point, because this needs to work, otherwise it's all over for the side of Godlike.
Now DM going for the aggressive peaks. He does end up missing 2 shots though, and that will be information that DM carrying the op. They still don't know Arya that there's 2 ops, so they might get baited into going for a rotate onto B and trying to avoid an op. We'll have to see, because this is a very new yet old situation. Now Knight Rider is pushing to C-Long aggressively. He has this really cool angle in terms of an off angle holding down. It's going to be a peek coming out from T2, but he doesn't. He unscopes at the wrong moment and he's not able to take him down. Now all of Arya Gaming swarming onto this B side. You cannot allow site to be taken with a double operator buy, because retakes become almost impossible. And Knight Rider doing just that. He picks the first blood, will be helped by White House to pick up another. Batman with the return, but Godlike making that double op work.
Yeah, making it work real well as well, and Deathmaker, he's gonna be able to find one of his own onto Tito to take him out. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Whitehorse as well with his pristine headshots to get those kills. But CA, we do need to talk about this double operator a little bit and why it's gonna be working so well against this certain composition. They have no form of flash other than the Omen Paranoia, and this double operator is gonna have a lot of sidelines to work with, and there is gonna be no issue for them to go get a lot of these skills unless they get jiggled out by their opponents. So now this is going to dictate the pace of Arya Gaming. They need to play it slow. If they keep at all against this double operator, it's going to be all over for them.
Yeah, this double operator worked out in the last round. We'll have to see if it can work out here. They do have a bit of breathing room though, given the fact that now Arya, they're going to be forced onto an eco for themselves. So now Godlike with a chance to really close down the lead. This sort of innovation though, I can really appreciate it and get behind it, because this is the sort of innovation you see in a team that understands how important it is to bring something new and win it out. Deathmaker holding down A. He'll find the first kill, but now the showstopper coming out. Score God, what a headshot though! Takes down Titan, but Pasha Sahil, what? He's taken over by a man to find a triple kill and a gun for himself. Pasha versus Knight Rider, op versus op. Pasha has the lower health. Can he find it? The Blaze Storm pulled out for Knight Rider as well. If Pasha pulls out this ace, it would be absolutely insane. But it will be Knight Rider denying it, and oh my god, what a bunch of heroics and highlight reels across that round.
Too many highlight reels, yeah. But Pasha, he came out on top on all of those engagements. Those headshots were absolutely insane. He hit a reverse 180 headshot onto Whitehorse and then got another kill onto Shivy and just absolutely decimated Deathmaker in that 1v1 matchup. That was absolutely incredible. The heroics coming out from the side of Pasha to take that round away. And he nearly did. If we just used his knives in that situation instead of the operator, I do believe that he could have just gotten that kill onto Knight Rider.
Yeah, he could have definitely, but given he was so low on health, and given the fact that Knight Rider did land a headshot, I'll just give it to Pasha for pulling off an amazing play in that eco, and really causing a ton of damage to Godlike. With the fact that only Knight Rider was alive, they had to buy another op into this round. Now Shivy, only with the Spectre, but he'll still find the kill, and now Knight Rider with the off angle will find another. White Horse with the third, meaning now, even though Arya able to trade it out, it's Godlike Esports with the lead. Deathmaker with the op, and oh my god, this double op really working for Godlike. It's like Arya, they can't approach the sideline, they'll just get instantly taken out. But the free fire, that's how you deny it. Tito takes down Deathmaker.
Dude, this guy is an absolute madman. He goes in for the peak against Deathmaker when he has the operator in hand. He's absolutely insane, and he's good to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to be going down in this 1 versus 2 situation, but with the spike on the other side, and switching his back end, it's gonna be Knight Rider just tapping away with his classic to take that kill. He's gonna be able to find it all, but CA, they're losing a lot of money running this double operator, and them losing that second off is gonna be detrimental for them.
Yeah, the fact that they once again lose that op is gonna cost them. They will not be able to, I don't think they will be able to, if I'm doing my math right, and I'm usually doing my math right, there should not be a second op in this round. And for Arya Gaming, like, this is the chance to push back. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard though, because given the fact that now Godlike winning back-to-back rounds, Arya themselves forced onto a semi-buy situation. So the double op, I feel like it did serve its purpose, able to push Godlike back onto an even Steven scoreline. It is definitely worth that 10k in credits that they invested. Now, it's going to be Arya going for the eco rush. The boombot instantly destroyed. That Taker now throwing out the grenade, and that grenade going to do so much damage. The showstopper. That's how you use the range utility.
That's how you use the Raze utility, and it's gonna be a flawless round for the side of Godlike Esports. It was an absolute bloodbath down near that A-short angle coming out from that rush. And my God, CA, was that beautiful. That execution was done perfectly. Deathmaker using his showstopper to stop any sort of a hyper-aggressive push, allowing his team, to come in and go for the backup. Whitehorse took Lamb's control so that Deathmaker was not going to get pushed from there. And of course, through the smoke, he used all of his nades, all of his satchels to make sure that they were not able to plant that damn spike. And it was a very unsuccessful eco round for the side of the attack.
The idea as well from Deathmaker in the moment to be able to think so fast, puts out the grenade into lamps, which he knows will flush out everybody from lamps near the TP area, comes out of lamps, pulls out his showstopper and fire in the hole right into the teleporter area, meaning he's all but guaranteed a kill all through his own setup. That sort of thinking in the moment, it's so hard to pull off, and you can see why DM, he's not just like great with his aim, but he's also great with his macro sense and game sense as a whole, able to understand his game and really execute on the basis of that. DM now helping Godlike get this one round lead. It's gonna be up to Arya with their full buys to try and pull it back. Once again though, they're going for this A-side rush, and once again into lamps, is DM holding it down.
He's holding it down, and he's gonna be able to get a flying Titan on the sidelines. He gets one of the pokies as well. But it's gonna be Pasha trying to go in for a play, but Stargod from the shower side. He's gonna be able to fight one, he's gonna be able to fight two, leaving only Tito to go in for a play. But may just not be enough. He's the lone Sova standing for the side of Arya Gaming. He's in a pretty bad situation going up against the 5 members of Godlike.
Yeah, you can see for Godlike Esports, this round is going to secure a massive win streak, and for Tito, he needs to try and get some damage done. I think Arya Gaming going down flawlessly, really facilitated by Titan's aggressive push. If you're going for that double satchel play into the back of lamps, please don't carry the spike with you. Titan going into here, expecting to take down DM. Instead, DM finding the kill, meaning the spike dropped, and DM knows this. All he needs to do is try to hold on, able to pick up another kill, refresh his pain grenade cooldown, and basically force Arya to all walk into their trap. It's Godlike Esports now on a humongous roll, 11-9, making it work. Defense is definitely the stronger, favored side for both of these teams.
See, one thing we do need to talk about, I honestly thought that them killing Deathmaker in that situation was a really bad idea. I thought he was gonna go in for another operator and we would see that shenanigan happen again. But it seems as though DM is like, nah, no operator for me as of right now. It does do a lot of damage economically if you do go down with it. But when you have a player like Knight Rider on your side, he's gonna be getting all those kills. He gets that first kill on the Pasha, take him out. One of the jets have gone down, so no entry other than Titan, but they're slowly making their way down towards the hookah angle to see what they can find to do as much damage as they can. But Deathmaker on this flank, he's gonna be doing massive damage as Tito, he just gets caught off guard. Tito couldn't do anything about it as Deathmaker was able to hold down his angle as strong as he Bandman, a pretty bad situation of his own, slowly making his way forward down from the B long side, but everyone is just being taken down one after the next, and Pokies, he's now stuck between a rock and a hard place, being Deathmaker, and the entirety of Godlike on the other side of the hookah angle. What can he do is the real question.
30
He needs to
seconds
try and
left.
get this kill on the Deathmaker or try and save his gun because there's no money on the side of Arya Gaming. So they're going to be going down pretty soon enough. And Shimmy, he does spot him out. And Deathmaker, he is hungry for this kill. He wants it really badly. And Knight Rider wants it as well. Both of the heroes are holding down the angle, but it's going to be Knight Rider instead getting that kill. And it's going to be match point going out for the side of Godlike Esports.
I just want to take a second to just, take a step back from the game itself and talk about the third-party perspective, the eagle-eye view into the minds of all these players. Like, the idea of using the double op and then not using it towards the later rounds, that's something that is very important to be analyzed, because think of it this way. They use the double op when they're down and back, knowing that the way Arya Gaming, we've seen them a lot before. They like to spread out, they like to look for their picks, and having that double op essentially denies that pick altogether. But as soon as those ops start going down, as soon as Arya start adapting and going for the fast rushes to try and counter the op, they stop playing the op and start using the gun instead, knowing that now Arya, they're just playing into their hands and all they have to do is step back and wait for them. This sort of thinking, like playing chess with your team almost, is so instrumental to Godlike's success in this second half. But now it's Arya Gaming, they're fighting back.
Exactly.
He went a bit too forward, a bit too aggressive, did end up going down. And now Titan with the double will pull out the showstopper, find his triple, Titan with the redemption place.
Titan, he's doing the damage that he can, and Titan with his fourth as well, and Shimmy, he's not gonna be happy because someone wants his ace, and he's gonna be hunting for it. He's now sitting down on this B side, and Shimmy, he's looking to close him down. No more confidence for you, and he's gonna be able to get that kill on the Titan. Poor old Titan just wanted an ace, but now he angered the gods as Arya Gaming. They're gonna be hunting him down, but will Shimmy be able to get the kill is the real question, and do the economic damage against the side of Arya is the real question. But still, CA, it is match point. There's gonna be a lot more rounds to go from their side to try and go for this win, so they're holding. They're holding their ground and seeing what they can find. Shivy, he's opting to go for a save, but it seems as though the side of Arya, they don't really want to do anything in this time because look at their economy, CA. They're not going to have a lot of money to buy in the next round if they go in for this kill.
Yeah, I am making sure to not get over eager, not going for the hunt, making the smart choice. It's them picking up the round and not dropping much guns along the way. It was just one person down, and that's definitely something you would trade for the round in itself. What a close matchup it has been between both of these teams, and Titan especially. Like, I was very critical of his play a couple of rounds earlier where he went for that push, but you can see now double op coming back online, the same idea. When you expect Arya to go for the fast rush, you stop using the double up. When you know Arya no longer going for that fast rush, instead waiting for the aggressive plays from you as in Godlike itself, they bring back the double up. And you can see that they're predicting it perfectly. Arya, they're all spread out. They're not expecting this double op. And this double op could be the pivotal instrument to Godlike picking up map 1. Now, Arya, they're all spread out. The spike, though, it's towards this A side. And the positions of Pokey and Titan tell me that they're expecting some sort of aggressive push. But Godlike, the discipline reigning supreme. They're not going to do anything of the sort. Instead, just waiting it out. And now Arya Gaming, with the clock going down under a minute, they realize that they need to start making the moves, getting together and trying to find this one side to push through. They're going to look to that A side to do just that. But DM, he's holding down at lamps. If he finds the kill here, it could be huge. Has the utility to back himself up.
He has the utility, uses the boombot to get a little bit of space for himself. The Roomba is going to be spotting him out. And Pasha, he's holding down the angle, but Deathmaker, he's going to get that first kill onto Tito to take him out immediately. And ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be moving on forward. The spike is just about to go down as Titan is holding down his angle, but Knight Rider gets another kill with that operator on the Batman. This double operator is very impressive. Knight Rider gets that kill onto Titan, and Pokey gets that one, but gets immediately traded out. And ladies and gentlemen, the double operator is back to beat out this composition on the side of defense. And Godlike, they take map number 1, and we are going to be moving into map number 2 real soon.
Godlike with a huge defensive hold, just playing absolutely brilliantly to secure this map one for themselves, 13 to 10. And I did say that I think the team who ends up winning map one has such a big advantage in terms of morale going into map two. Godlike starting their revenge outright, able to secure map one. It's DM with the 23 kills. He will be your MVP. And man, I was just excited to see that double up in play. And I think not just the double up, but the way the entire match went as a whole, the number of highlight reels, the number of insane plays by members on both the sides gives us plenty to talk about with the Relive the Moment. So let's quickly get into that with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, I don't think I've been on the edge of my seat for the number of rounds that I was with this map. Every single round going down to the wire, each team giving it their all. Props to be given to both, but it's godlike day by day. Day by day, they get better and improve, not in terms of their mechanical skills, but in terms of their game sense. Understanding the game as a team and approaching it as a team, that's something that Godlike have improved only in the recent past matches, and it's really obvious in their gameplay. The idea of using the double operator, expecting Arya to be spread out, and then stopping to use it when Arya going for the aggressive rushes, bringing it back once again when Arya was spread out and waiting for the aggressive push from the defenders. That sort of gameplay, that sort of you do this, I do that, the reactiveness while making sure they're the ones first to the plate, that really makes Godlike Esports a scary team to boot. But yeah, props to be given to them because, man, the plays they made were absolutely nutty. Pasha Sahil especially, hats off.
Truly, Aya Gaming, they did amazing on their rounds, but it seems as though you have to talk about the biggest weakness of this certain composition scene. That was the double operator. As a caster and analyst, it completely slipped my mind, and I want to kick myself for this. There is one thing that can counter this composition really well, and that is the double operator, because you don't have a flash to flush out this operator player. So what do you do in this situation? You only have the Omen Paranoid. Yes, you flush out one operator, but there's got to be another one ready. And we know for a fact that on the side of defense, Godlike can hold down a lot of their sidelines, and they're not going to have any problem whatsoever to stop any of these rushes. And them understanding this, them knowing the weakness of this composition, this one gun, were able to utilize it on two of the best operator players that they have on their team, being Deathmaker and Knight Rider. They were able to do so much damage with this, and this one pickup, one small change on the side of defense was what caught Aya Gaming off guard, because double operators is something that no team has faced yet. And Godlike, they brought this new thing down to the table, and now they busted out the big guns, literally in this situation, and they were able to take map number one. And I'm really hoping to see some new innovation as well in map number two.
Yeah, it becomes a game of chicken, right? Because when you don't have the flash, your only option against the double operator is just to like go and try to find the trays against that double operator. As soon as Godlike see that, they're like, no more double operator. We're just gonna play it standard. But as soon as like Aya respond to that, Godlike respond immediately. That the reactivity in the moment is something that I really appreciated from Godlike today. But I'm sure Aya will bounce back. They've beaten Godlike once before, so all they really need to do is sort of reset the morale and come back into game two looking like a new team, and I'm sure they will look just as strong. For now, that was an exciting game one. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you like the stream, hit that subscribe button, as well as get your notifications on so you can get access to all the exciting plays made here in the tournaments brought to you by the Esports Club. Also, check out the links in the description below for some amazing discounts. You don't know till when they'll last, so make sure you get it ASAP. For now, we're just gonna go off. We'll give a small break, not just to us, but the players as well. And we'll be back really soon with Map 2 in the series between Godlike Esports and Arya Gaming in the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA, I'm joined by Aggressive, and you're here after a really exciting Map 1 for Map 2 in the Godlike Esports versus Arya Gaming series. This is the lower bracket semifinals with both of the teams fighting for their life. And looking at the maps that we have, it's Haven coming up next, Aggressive. Now, Haven, a really interesting map for me, especially because recently today we saw Sami pick up the Reyna and how good it was on Haven. I wonder if DM defaults to the Reyna as compared to the Phoenix, because I do prefer DM on the Reyna than the Phoenix.
Debate was coming out for like a matter of a second. Scargod, he's like the pioneer of the debating strategy, the entirety of the Asian region for us, for that Viper. And Netmaker, I do agree with you that the Reyna is a really strong pick on the map of Haven, but Reyna should be there as the secondary. In a lot of these cases, yes, the Jet is extremely powerful, but a Jet and Phoenix combination is just, you need to have it. Like, think of it this like this, CA. The firewall coming out from the Phoenix is so potent and so important because it can completely cut open an entire site. It can divide the site so that your Jet only needs to worry about one sight line while you go through your own firewall with your flash and you clear out the other sight line. It's just so much potency coming out from that Phoenix. And yes, the Reyna blind does set up a lot for your other teammates, but it really doesn't have the same level of impact that Phoenix brings when it comes to the utility section. You need to rely on your Reyna to get a lot of solo frags instead of team frags that the Phoenix will allow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's mainly why I was even proposing the Reyna for DM, because objectively, without any players in the discussion, I do think Phoenix is considerably better than Reyna on Haven, especially because of how close all the angles are. Reyna generally better on maps where the angles are much more open, allowing her to get that extra more advantage of her lure as compared to a Phoenix flash, which is just concentrated. On Haven, when you need the concentrated flash, Phoenix much easier, but I did think for DM, perhaps a player who likes to get those solo kills, Reyna could have been better. For DM, he's opting for what is better as a whole. He will be picking up that Phoenix, and now Godlike Esports on the attack. They push into C site aggressively, and they've taken site control, but an interesting approach from Arya Gaming, choosing to give up Spike, a site, and now play for the retake. Let's see if it works out.
This retake is going to be quite difficult, but it's going to be Tito going in for the play against White Horse. He's not going to be able to find that headshot. He does get taken out. It's going to be Pasha getting that first kill onto Deathmaker. He goes down, but Titan, he gets that reverse frag onto Knight Rider immediately to get the scores lines evened up a tiny little bit more. It's going to be Scargod getting that kill onto Tito to take him out, and Scargod gets his third, as well as White Horse gets the final kill coming out from the silence. It's a beautiful C-long hold coming out from the side of the attackers. Playing for the retake is a fine thing, but at the same time, you're playing for retake on C without C-long control. That is where I do believe that the defense has failed.
I think that, like, especially given how close it was, it really could have gone either way, because you see here on the instant replay, Badman, he's almost done, but in the last moment, it's Scargod picking up the kill, able to find the headshot on Badman, coming out clutch for Godlike Esports to secure the round. But I do agree, like, you need to have C-long control if you're playing for retake, and I do think Tito was looking for that, but he's not able to find it because White Horse takes him down. And now Godlike with the buys coming through. His Deathmaker with the first kill. Having picked up a frag towards that C area, I'm expecting a rotate to come out. I'm really glad to see the alt point control as well. And I think that's one of the few things I want to see teams improve on a little bit more. See if they can find those recycling of the ults a little more often. Now, Arya, they're on the eco, so they just need to try to get some damage done. And they're stacking onto this side, looking for that. But Deathmaker, he'll find the headshot and allow Godlike to push into the C side.
One enemy remaining.
And then they're getting a lot more headshots right after that. It's going to be Shivy and Whitehorse from the sidelines as well, getting their kills. And it's going to be a flawless round coming out from the side of the attackers. No spike plan though. So not really getting that extra ult point and a little bit of extra cash to go in for the following rounds. But still, no one died in that situation. So they will be carrying their Spectres over into the following rounds. 2 rounds on the board for their side. But CA, here comes the gun round. And I do believe that it's going to be a stack towards this garage side. Because them with the Spectres, it's either go A or go through garage and then go B or A from there. Because if they take long range duels against Phantoms, I do believe that they will lose.
Yeah, definitely. Long range duel is something you don't really want it to be taking when you only have a submachine gun as compared to an assault rifle like the Phantom or Vandal. So Godlike, they need to try and find their advantage through short pushes, and I think they're trying to do just that. You see, towards A and C, just looks waiting for a push from Arya Gaming, but the control being taken towards this mid area. Knight Rider pushing up into garage, helped by TM. Now, they don't really find any picks yet though, so they're gonna leave Knight Rider to cause as much havoc as he can. The rest of them gonna start rotating towards this A side, and this is where Badman's push gonna come into play. Badman, he's pushed into sewers. If he can find a frag here, he will stop them in their tracks, but if he goes down, that's A side completely open. Pasha, he takes down Knight Rider, but with Skargod taking down Badman, A side open for Godlike to retake and the run it back to facilitate it.
The running back has been used, and a lot of information has been gained from the side of Deathmaker as well as he's moving his way forward. And from the Heaven side, there is gonna be Titan to see if he can do a little bit of damage, but a beautiful Molly as well to block off that Heaven-sided push 4 versus 4 into this situation. But the defense, they need to wait for this Sova arrow, and the arrow is going to be coming out as well, and the retake is just about to start. It's going to be Titan coming in from the heavens. He gets 1 kill on the Jimmy, he gets another on the Whitehorse. It's going to be Sahil going in for the plays. He gets taken out by Deathmaker, but Tito is going to be there to go for that wallbang kill to take him out. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the defense coming out on top in this engagement because of their better guns in their favor. And it's going to be a 1-2 scoreline moving into the 4th round.
Yeah, a beautiful retake coming out for Arya Gaming, and this is the key difference between the A side and the C side, right? The A side much more close in its approach for the attackers to try and find post-plant positions, and you can see the way Arya Gaming able to take advantage of that. The drop from Titan from Heaven especially, raining hell down onto Godlike Esports, able to pick up that double kill. Did end up using his run it back though, was not necessary, so that will be a cooldown gone for Titan, but it is worth it to be able to secure their buy round for themselves. But now Godlike, they have the buys for themselves, and it's Knight Rider with that mid-window aggressive peak. Doesn't just find 1, picks up 2 and puts Godlike in a brilliant situation. Now with the rotate coming out, they're going to look to the C side, try and take control of it.
Knight Rider woke up on the right side of the bed today. That play was absolutely insane. No one can trade this man out, it seems, at Batman. He's making a lot of noise down towards its A side. He's going to be able to get himself in down from the garage angle. It's going to be a 3 versus 5 situation. No real bodies are going to be dropping just yet. And just as I said, Whitehorse gets the first initial kill. The Zova gets taken out, and it's going to be Batman trying to do something, but he gets sacked down to 22 HP straight through the smoke, and they're going to be making a run for it. There is no HP to work with between these two members, and they're going to be opting for the save, so his team can go in for a buy in the next round because of their loss streak bonus.
Yeah, a save definitely the right decision for Pokey and Batman, especially considering that both of them barely have any HP. They do elect to go for it, but you can see Godlike, they are hunting them, and I think there is just enough time to try and find them. It will be the Cypher versus the Cypher over at A long. Whitehorse, he will find Batman here, but it will be Batman taking him down, and that will mean the gun definitely safe for both members of Arya Gaming. A chance for them to be able to utilize on the basis of that. Wow, uses the Cypher cage really well. to try and push through. And I think that was set up in coordination with Batman as well. So some last moment synergy shown by Arya Gaming, really nice. But it's Godlike who pick up the round. It's Godlike who are now able to get that eco a little bit stabilized, and it's Godlike on the attack where they should be shining. So really nice to see that happen. Now, the real question is, where does Arya try to respond? We do want to see aggressive pushes on defense on Haven. We want to see them try and take pockets of control, and I'm curious to see if they do end up doing that.
Revealing area.
But still, it is gonna be Pasha getting forced down onto his Bladestone because not really a lot of money in their favor. They are losing quite a lot of members moving forward in a lot of these rounds, but it's gonna be Badman going up against the entire world. If he goes in for this peak and he finds a kill, it may be massive for his team, but he's playing it safe. He's playing it slow as a lot of noise is being made down towards this A-long side, and there is no short control CA. This may just be detrimental for their side, but Shimmy, he got that first initial tag. They know exactly where the members of Arya Gaming are, and they're making the rotation play. They're slowly making their way down towards that A site, but still, it is gonna be a reverse fake out call, and this is gonna be working out. A beautiful play indeed. Batman, oh no, oh my god, oh no, Batman literally, oh god, it's happening.
Shivy didn't know though, the Batman walked past him.
I know exactly
but White
where
Horse,
you
he's there on the flank, able to pick him up. That could have been disaster for both teams. Shivy didn't notice Batman there, but White Horse being there made sure Batman goes down. And the neural theft coming out, meaning all the information for Godlike. Now Arya Gaming really starting to hurt. A retake very difficult when you're 2-man down. We'll see if they're able to pull it off. They need to wait for all their members to come through, but you can see White Horse, his positioning, taking control of this B mid angle. Now pushing into A-Link. It's White Horse will pick up the kill, and now White Horse separating all members of Arya, forcing them to look through the only option of trying to go for the retake. Titan is trying to make his way out, but he'll just be taken down. Now, in Pokey just running for his life, trying to find a save. This is Godlike with the aggressive pushes. But man, I think everybody watching the game was on the edge of their seats when you saw Shivy and Batman moving right next to each other. Batman, you really should just check your corners. Shivy getting away with the edge of his life.
Shivy, oh my god, I think that Shivy missing that initial arrow was a godsend. Batman, seeing that arrow, thought that he was actually gonna get spotted out. He wanted to keep his sneaky flank, so he backed off. But oh my god, that one misplay turned out to be the godsend for Shivy's life. And this could have changed the entire outcome here. Batman, he was not ready for this. He was completely shocked. And if he got that kill onto Shivy and one onto Whitehorse, Godlike, they would have been in such a bad situation with all of the members from the side of Arya getting all of the advantages in the entire world, getting the guns, getting the plays that they needed to. But still, moving forward, CA, they are going to be going in for a mid push, I do believe, but they're opting to go back, seeing as there is no information coming out from the side of the recon. It's going to be Deathmaker taking such good ult control. Because think of it like this, CA, them... Oh no, not again. It's happening again.
Once again, this time it's Scarguard and Batman. But I think Scarguard and Batman, like both of them would have known by now that this is not something you ever want to turn off in. Batman, I'm sure he'll check his corners. He's not even going to push aggressively, just going to wait it out near the trap fire. Knows that if he breaks the trap fire, he'll just give away the information of his positioning. Now, as you were saying, alt point control really important, especially for the Phoenix, because the running back can be so good on the attack to clear outside. The fact that Deathmaker doing it, extremely huge for Godlike. Now a coordinated push coming out into A is the flash to start it off, and the smokes to deny the sight lines. Is the Knight Rider picking up that kill onto Pokey, and another for Deathmaker, meaning Godlike with a comfortable round. Arya not able to cause any damage on that eco.
But still, it's going to be DM taking a little bit of damage because of that shock dart, but not much. Just maybe one of his hairs just got burnt off in that situation, I do believe. But still, it's going to be Stargod holding down the fort. He's just going to be tapping on away. And not really any guns to help in the favor of Arya Gaming, as they were not really able to get any bodies to drop. It's going to be Deathmaker going in for the push. He gets one onto Tito to take him out. Pasha goes down as well. And Batman, not much he can do. He's just chilling in his corner as usual. And ouch, that has gotta hurt a lot towards the side of the economy, as finally they're gonna be able to go for buys, but with only 100, 0, 100, and 300 to work with, if they lose this round, CA, this is gonna be digging themselves down into a deeper ditch.
Yeah, the eco really hurting for Arya, but they did go for the eco buys last round so they could pull off this operator in this. They really need to try and make it work because otherwise, Godlike, not only do they get a massive lead, but given the fact that Godlike won map 1, the momentum for them is gonna be undeniably strong, and that momentum is what is Godlike gonna look to use to just close off this map 2, make their way onto the finals. Now an aggressive push on to see the running back use. Nightrider not checking his corner this time. It's Badman with the kill. Deathmaker able to trade him out though, because all of Godlike in this side is gonna be a long plant for Godlike once again, and they're just gonna make their way into C-Long and try to get away. The spam coming out for Pokey as he tries to take down Scargod, but the ultimate will mean Scargod able to easily reposition himself.
Scargod, he does spot out Ditto as he's trying to push through from the side of Garage. It's gonna be Sahil with his operator trying to see if he can find any sort of value, but Deathmaker, he had such a beautiful position to work with, but gets caught out by the operator's shot coming out from Pasha. And it's gonna be opening up a lot for their side to work with. It's gonna be the spam shots coming out to see what he can find. And with the Honda's Fury as well to delay for as long as possible. They're holding down the fort and the damage has been done. Nothing that they can do from the side of the defender as the Singularity Vortex is sucking up the bodies of the enemies. That is gonna be another round for the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward into round number 8.
Yeah, another round for a Godlike Esports, meaning now another eco that will have to come through for Arya Gaming. I think Arya Gaming can be just as strong as Godlike are right now on their own attacking side, but to give them a chance to be able to do that, they need to make sure that they get at least to that 4 or 5 round mark. 4 would be enough, 5 would be ideal. So that to do that, they need to try and make their own plays, find the pockets of control to the proactive pushes. But they're trying to do that through Garage. They just end up getting caught out, and the C-Long push now denied by Scargod, meaning Godlike, they're expecting these pushes, expecting Arya to try and take pockets of control, and they're able to instantly shut it down. Now the Hunter's Fury for Tito does know exactly where Deathmaker is, but Deathmaker with his dancing shoes able to dodge it out. Will not dodge the headshot though. That's Badman with the kill. Badman now with the gun and all the information that Arya could want.
It seems as though Nightrider, he's just
Last player
systematically
standing.
dismantling everyone from the side of Arya. Ouch, that has gotta hurt as Shimi's holding down that angle as well. He's gonna be able to take out multiple away from the side of Arya Gaming. It's just gonna be leaving Tito to see what he can find, but he's not gonna be finding much. As Scargod goes in for the peek and gets the headshot as well. It's gonna be a 1-7 scoreline moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. And Godlike Esports, they have such a dominant showing when it comes to the map of Haven.
Yeah, Godlike absolutely dominant here, and as you said, right, Nightrider, he really is on the top of his form. 9-3-1, tied with Deathmaker at 9-4-1, really setting the stage here and being on top quality form. He's continuing something that we saw from him just yesterday, and it's really nice to see that level of consistency in Nightrider, because that was one of the key combinations that I think everybody was looking forward to seeing. Nightrider and Deathmaker in the same team, being able to frag out of their minds and ensure their team success. It's happening here, it's happening now. But yeah, they're fighting back as well. It's Pokey with that C-Long control, able to get the first kill, and now Pasha holding down mid with the operator, able to get another. The running back initiated, and it'll be White House on the basis of that, finding a kill. Titan not able to get any kills, but was able to get some info. And Godlike now, they have to make a quick decision of whether they want to commit to this A site and go for the rotate. They will be caught out by Tito here though. Tito with the trigger discipline will not shoot one just yet. Will have to find the kill now. It's Pasha with one and Tito with another. Arya looking for their second.
Now they're looking strong. They have found out exactly how Godlike are playing their attacks, and they're taking up all of the advantages. It's going to be leaving Shivy down in a really bad situation. Shivy gets the first headshot. He's looking for his second, but he needs to look behind him as Tito may just be backstabbing soon enough, but down in this 1 versus 2 situation, this seems very much possible, but with only 17
30
HP,
seconds left.
and Tito slowly making his way forward, crawling in behind him. like the boogeyman he actually is. He's hunting him down, stalking him very slowly as Shivy makes his way down towards this B side. And ladies and gentlemen, Shivy's making the smart play. He's going in for the plant right in the corner, knowing for a fact that he's probably going to be behind it. But Tito, a beautiful shot dart may just connect, but it's not going to be connecting just yet. And he's holding down the fort for as long as possible. That shock dart's going to hit instead. Tito doing his geometry class is going to be coming strong in this situation. And it's going to be a 2-7 scoreline for the side of the defense. And CA, you need to think about it like this defense. It was pretty close. Shivy nearly put it out on the side of the attack.
Shivy going for his own shock dart there did end up revealing his location, and Tito with his really good reactions, able to put out his own shock dart, get the bounce perfectly, and take him down, meaning now Arya with their second round, giving them a chance to really hold on to their operator and try and stabilize their economy on the basis of that. Arya, they need to make it work because with just 3 rounds left, they need to find at least 2 of these 3 rounds and try to get to the magic number 4. Now, Godlike, they did get taken down in the last round, so I'm curious to see what their approach will be here, because it really does feel like they're starting to settle into the group, starting to look stronger as a team, now taking the sewers control, while Pasha gives them sniper cover from A, getting some information for their team, but a smart play from Godlike, meaning they just back out, use that recon drone to get their own information, and look for control on different sides of the map. Deathmaker already pushed into garage, just waiting by the trap wire for his team to come to him, and then when the team goes for the seaside push, that's when Deathmaker likely to take down this trapfire and go for one himself. The trapfire is down, the team's here, the push is on. It's Badman with the first kill, but Titan's able to return it back. Now Godlike with seaside control.
Godlike, they have the seaside control, and the spike is just about to go down. As Titan, he's slowly making his way forward.
Planted.
But Sahil, he does spot out the god of Night Rider. Poor old Night Rider not really looking in the right direction and gets caught off guard in that situation with Pasha getting the first initial kill. Titan catches a Deathmaker not really looking at his angle, and now it seems detrimental for their side, but White Horse, he's evening things up just a little bit more from his side as well. And he's certainly going in for the plays, and Pasha, he goes in for even more of his own plays, leaving it once again down to this Sova to try and clutch it out. Shivy, he's going up against the entire world, and he's going up against an operator. He needs to go in for the white swing play. He's gonna be able to get that kill, and he's gonna be able to survive. He has his Hunter's Fury available as well. He needs to go in for the play right now, but there's not enough damage, and with halfway diffused done, Shivy, if he just pulled out the Hunter's Fury a little bit earlier, it would have been enough. And the defense were able to go in for the outplay, taking us to a 3-7 scoreline on the map of Haven.
And talking about outplays, Pasha's aggressive push in with the Bladestorm, so important because as soon as he hears the audio cue of the Cypher opening up his camera, he's like, go, 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 knows that the Cypher is busy looking at his camera, pulls out the dash updraft into Bladestorm kill, allows his team to push into site. But this right here, like for me, like Arya Gaming with the nerves of steel, able to get the half defuse, and even though Shivy finds the first kill, the fact that the half diffused through, meaning the Hunter's Fury tags not coming out in time, that's Arya Gaming with their third. Now with 2 rounds left, they just need to try to get one, but Deathmaker knows where to expect them. Pasha down really low, and a B-side push coming out for both the duelists, but is Deathmaker not listening to his own Phoenix's advice, stepping on that fire, going down really low. A trade coming out on the other side though, and the hot hands ready for DM to heal. The plant will come through for Shivy, but B side, it's so difficult to hold. Godlike, they need to try to find their way out of here and find their post plants.
This post-plant situation is not really something I enjoy, and you're already seeing why. Night Rider and Deathmaker, they're stuck in a pretty bad situation. Night Rider goes down to the hands of Batman, and so does Deathmaker. This is why this side is one of the hardest to hold while being on the inside. They should have gone for the post-plant positions down in B instead, holding from window, holding from garage, making sure that no one can even do anything. They do have the Phoenix Molly in their hands as well, or even the shock darts coming out from the side of Shivy to hold down the spike for as long as possible. And this is going to be a detrimental factor towards the side of Godlike, but at the same time, I think that they will be happy because they have 7 rounds on the board, so, and 1 more round to go. Taking it to an 8-4 scoreline, still, they're going to be pretty happy with the 4-round lead.
I think Godlike, given the fact that they were at a 6-1 scoreline with a 5-round lead, they will be disappointed if this does end up going to 7-5. And yeah, they will be very content with the 7-5. So this round very crucial for both teams to set the morale for how they approach the second half. Now, Godlike, they look very dominant in the first stages, the first few rounds of their attacking half. But since then, their plays have become a little stagnant. And Arya able to respond to them, able to constantly get their own advantages. For a Godlike though, what I would like to see now is the usage of the operator that Knight Rider has picked up to gain control over multiple angles, deny Pasha for himself, and then use that advantage to push in. Now Knight Rider, he dashes in, now looking for the off shot. Will find out onto the Titan who is trying to get the out point. Pasha able to find the return kill though. Both the operators still alive, but now the pressure being used from Godlike to try to push into C. But Batman with the C long push, he'll deny it. He'll find out exactly where all of Godlike is, and this looks like a comfortable 7-5 for Arya Gaming.
Truly, CA, and that was beautiful crosshair placement coming out from the side of Batman as well. Expecting the wide swing to come out from the side of Scargod, he placed his crosshair in such a way that he was going to be able to get an easy reactionary kill onto the side of Scargod. So really good microplay as well coming out from this lurker of Arya Gaming. They're able to hold strong for as long as possible, but at the same time, it's going to be the two Titans going up against the entire world, going up against the Titan himself as well. As they're slowly making their way forward, Deathmaker, he's making so much noise down towards the seaside, but with no spike plan, they're playing it smart, and Pokies, he catches Deathmaker with his pants down on the reverse in that situation, and it's gonna be leaving only Knight Rider to go in this 1 versus 4 situation, gets caught out by the trapwire, gets tagged by the Hunter's Fury, and also by Pasha coming in from the side of A-Link to take him out, and ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be a 5-7 scoreline for the side of Godlike and Arya Gaming.
Knight Rider not able to hold that defensive angle down at the garage area, meaning that Deathmaker's body just completely exposed. He gets taken down, and then Knight Rider left swarmed on all sides in a 1v4. There wasn't any way out of there. Gets taken out. That's Arya Gaming. Now with a huge comeback from 1-6 down to 5-7, Arya Gaming, now they have the momentum in their favor as they switch on to the second half. They can push through, try to take the win for themselves. The best way to start would be to try to get the pistol round, because if you get the pistol round, you get the anti-eco to even up the scoreline, and that's where I think Arya Gaming will look to find their advantage. A triple stack for Godlike onto C with just the trapwire holding down B and a double stack at A, a very interesting approach. Now Deathmaker waiting in the garage around this. Oh my god! Dodges the flash by going into the smoke, picks up a double headshot and denies Arya pushes in their tracks. Now Arya, they're just gonna run into the trap fire. They're gonna get spotted out and they have nowhere to go.
It's absolutely nowhere to go. They need to start moving down towards this A side, but immediately Weird's gonna be seeing a smart play coming out from the side of defenders. They're now chilling down back here the short side. They're gonna be tapping away. It's gonna be White Horse getting that first initial kill, taking out Tito on the sidelines, and they're gonna be holding strong. Scargod, he does have his paranoia. The paranoia is gonna be connecting as well, and Bogies, he needs to try and make a run for it. It's gonna be Batman getting that first initial kill on the Shibby, but Knight Rider answers back with his own. And 3 angst members on the side of Godlike are gonna be present to go in for the blade. It's gonna be Scargod going in for the taps. With his ghost to take out Pokies, and that was such a beautiful round coming out from the side of the defense. And Deathmaker, his play was absolutely incredible. He did his job before he died in the garage angle.
The idea of dodging the flash when you hear it coming out by stepping into the smoke so quick with his reactions, able to just surprise Titan and Pasha, pick up an easy double for his team, really just setting the stage, because with that there's no way Arya could push into C. They had to go towards the B side, establish mid control, and then find their way onto A, because the long rotate for A already protected by Scargod and White Horse, meaning Arya, they just basically walk into the trapfire and all the information revealed by them, meaning they had really nowhere to go. Once again, the same approach, the trapfire will reveal them, and now it's Knight Rider with the Phantom, able to find one, able to find two. Knight Rider decimating Arya Gaming with the help of White Horse.
Eco frags, baby, is what we call it all. It's gonna be Knight Rider going in for his own plays. And Scargot chiming in on the action as well with his own Spectre. But Knight Rider, he actually opted to go for a Phantom in that second round. So it's going to be giving him a lot of scalability coming forward. But at the same time, he needs to be careful because if he loses this, it's going to be hurting him economically just a tiny little bit. And he's not going to be able to buy that operator that we know him to utilize when it comes to the defensive rounds. And I don't think I need to tell you this, CA. Op and Haven, they're just a love story. At this point.
I especially want to shout out the call made by the AGL of Godlike there. Before we get to that, Batman and Knight Rider with the trade, but the call to expect that B-side push in the eco round of Arya Gaming and keeping the trap fire as well as Knight Rider on the off angle, able to just surprise Arya Gaming entirely. On point for Godlike. Now buy round for Arya, but White House holding it down, finds the double and an advantage for Godlike Esports. Scargod with another meeting. Now it's 1v2. Tito trades him out, so Tito last man standing. Tito versus the double duelist duo of Godlike Esports. Tito versus Knight Rider and Deathmaker here. He's going towards his mid side. I'm not sure if he knows that he doesn't have the spike. Actually, I do think he does. Trying to possibly find out a rotation kill before he makes his way back onto this side. With just 45 seconds left though, needs to go back now or choose to go for the save. Either way, winning the buy round, winning Arya's buy round for Godlike would be absolutely humongous because the eco gonna hurt for Arya and the stabilization of that eco gonna come through for Godlike. The op very much on the cards if Godlike pull off this round.
I completely agree with you on that, CA, but he needs to try and find something because if he opts to go in for that save, it's not really going to help him that much as well in the long run because he needs to try and go for that full armor buy as well. And taking the loss streak bonus is going to be a little bit more favorable. And Deathmaker, he gets a final kill on Tito as well, sending him back home straight into the abyss with that Vandal in his hand. And it's going to be a 5 and 10 scoreline. And I do have to talk about where this defense actually, where this attack went haywire, is the execution call. Yes, you did make a lot of noise down near the A side, but at the same time, you're not executing down onto the C side as a team. You know for a fact that you need to flush out a little bit more utility before you can actually push down into that C side. Maybe going in for the fake at C initially, forcing all of the utility to come out, but my god, Knight Rider, he's been winning every single one of these mid duels, every single time.
Knight Rider with the first blood, but Titan launches back with a nasty one tap. Ego round for IS for Godlike. They look stronger with the weaponry, but Titan trying to fight back with the Sheriff. He's picked up one. Can he pick up more? Cause some damage to Godlike's Eco. We'll have to see.
Last player
now,
standing.
Deathmaker here just find that kill onto Pasha, and Titan left stranded. Tito left stranded in this seaside area. Was lurking in the smoke though, and nobody knows where he is. Will be able to sneak up on Scargod, take him down. Scargod just turns the corner. He's like, wait, what?
Area.
I'm the Omen. I should be scaring people, not the other way around. Tito now, he has the Hunter's Fury. If he can find a couple of frags, will not do so. I was saying if he can find a couple of frags and make his way onto long, maybe he can pull out that round for Arya Gaming. But instead, it's just Godlike pushing through aggressively with the multi-man peak, securing their 11th round in this half. It was the eco for Arya though, and this next round, they need to fight back because otherwise it's match point and series point for Godlike Esports.
You know what I feel bad about? Tito, he of course did that play, but at the same time, Scargot, he's always on the receiving end of a lot of these kills. Every single time I see Scargot get killed, he's always getting flanked or pushed on by a person straight through a smoke. You have to say it's a feels bad man. No pun intended, we are watching Bad Man. But still, that is a feels bad man every single time he dies to a play like that.
Definitely, Scargod caught in the brunt end of those flanks will mean that Arya Gaming able to get some advantages, especially in this round. You can see they get the first blood, but Godlike instantly answered back. We'll have to see see though if they can hold on. But Whitehorse, he's holding the garage angle, expecting the push, getting the perfect take, and now we'll find out, take his hats off, and a hats off plate to take his hats off by Whitehorse with the triple kill. All the information for Godlike Esports delivered on a plate. Arya Gaming down to 2 men, fighting not just for this round, but potentially for the lives in the tournament, because match point on the cards for Godlike Esports here. It's up to Pokey and Badman to pull it out. Now they have the spike right next to them, so they have the option to pick up the spike and potentially go for an ultimate play from the Omen onto the A side, and that's exactly what is going to happen. Pokey getting the from the shadows ready, going to rotate over to A side. For Godlike expecting this now, going for the rotate. It's going to be up to the positioning of Badman to try and pull something out. Pokey, he will end up getting caught out. Knight Rider with the dash and kill. He's just going to go for the diffuse. Knows Badman is nowhere nearby.
A beautiful play coming out from the side of the defenders to get that read, knowing the fact that Omen had the ultimate, and Pokey, he should have just went in for the fake play, but at the same time, the fake play would have wasted a lot of time and he may have not gotten that kill. It seems as though Godlike, they are not leaving any holes in their defensive round that I don't think that Arya Gaming are able to exploit anything in any of their rounds. I'm trying to analyze, I'm trying to find a hole in their defense, but it seems like there's almost nothing.
Yeah, Godlike Esports, I think it's less about trying to find a hole in the defense as compared to how the attackers can create that hole in the defense. Haven all about pressuring on multiple angles and then using that pressure to force out unnecessary rotations and then using that to find an advantage for yourself. Now once again a B-side push, the run it back to get in. It's Pasha able to pick up the first kill, and now Titan creating so much pressure for his team. Not only have they got B-side control, but A-side and A-link control, meaning now all of them can funnel into A. But Shivi's position, he is so important. He gets revealed, but he's able to pick up a kill on the back end. But it's Arya Gaming with their aggressive push able to take A, and now looking to take this round for themselves.
Spike planted.
A very fast, aggressive rush to completely take Godlike Esports off guard. And Whitehorse, he was not really expecting anything like that to come down near that B side, but a really good attacking coming out from the side of Arya Gaming, just because, first of all, they had no information whatsoever, but they used a run and back. They forced their way, just ramming down the doors of Godlike Esports' fortress, and they're like, we're gonna be breaking in, and this is our fortress now, and we're gonna be holding it down. They got all of the kills, all of the trades down perfectly, and that is what you should do on the map of Haven. Sometimes going in for a lot of these aggressive rushes can catch your opponents off guard when they're not ready for it. But now, Godlike, they're gonna be ready for this because this is in the strat book of Arya Gaming, and they already pulled it out.
Cage triggered.
Godlike, they will be ready for it, and they need to find a creative play 6 rounds in a row to get us to overtime. But it's Deathmaker with the push down into Suez. He picks up first blood, and now the off coming through for Knight Rider, who mean another down for Arya. The Hunter's Fury out for Tito though, I think. Tito looking for some sort of play, not able to find any tags though, will mean it's Godlike with the advantage, not just in terms of agents, but also now in terms of ultimates. The run it back and Hunter's Fury ready for Godlike. All they need to do is clutch out this one round, and they're going to look to do that. What an angle by Deathmaker, playing extremely defensively in that CT angle. Picks up the kill onto Pokey, and now just 2v5 for Arya Gaming. An almost impossible situation to pull themselves out from.
The joke's over and you're dead. Deathmaker, he calls it all, and Tito, he's slowly making his way forward with his fellow teammate. They're making their way in. Titan go just get spotted out by Deathmaker, and Deathmaker, he's looking for his last one as well. Tito making so much noise, and it's gonna be Deathmaker raining hell from above to take him out. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be match. That's going to be match over and set over as well, as it's going to be a 2-0 for the side of Godlike moving forward into the lower bracket. Moving forward into the lower bracket finals.
Godlike Esports with their revenge will kick Arya Gaming out of the tournament, but kudos to be given to both the teams for a phenomenal match, and Arya Gaming for their inspirational push through their first series as a team. It's Knight Rider who really stepped up today in both maps. In the second map, he'll pick up that MVP for himself, 19 kills to his name. I mean, I don't think that enough can be said about Arya Gaming with regards to their skill, but there is plenty to talk about regards to both of these teams and the finals matchup to come, and we'll do that with the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, for me, I think Godlike, they really have improved together as a team. Like the players, they look just as good, but it feels like the way they've improved as a team is allowing the players to perform even better, and they look extremely dominant in their push against Arya Gaming, able to close out the two maps 2-0. I think there's a lot to be said and a lot to be done as well about how good Godlike can get, and that really excites me because if this team already looking so good can get even better, that just like takes the cake, and we'll have to see how good they really can get. We'll have to see where the ceiling is. But to Aya Gaming, I mean, the scoreline between both of these teams is now 1-1. So I'm just going to say, Aya Gaming, I expect to see you back in the next tournament to take your own revenge against Godlike Esports. Because in your first series, you surprised so many. You won the hearts of so many and proved that it's all about the team game in this Valorant game. All about trying to find the right synergy, trying to find the right teammates. And having found that, it's Aya Gaming really just sort of surprising everybody, being the underdog and still making it so far into the tournament. So hats off to them for their phenomenal push, and I'll see you next time. Godlike, they're gonna set their date against XTZ Esports.
The date has been set, and set it on your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, by hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, and hitting the share, because I don't think anyone wants to miss this matchup next coming up. But still, we need to talk about what exactly happened in this matchup. I have the last few words. Aya Gaming, I loved your efforts. You turned out to be one of the teams that forced Godlike down into the lower brackets. Yes, you did lose, but still, this is just a Godlike, them having a phenomenal day. Knight Rider, CA, you need to talk about this guy. Every single time he went in for Eagle Peaks down in mid, and he didn't get one kill, he got two. No one could trade him out. No one could stop him when it came to those mid peaks. And this just goes to showcase what kind of a game plan, what kind of a vengeance was boiling inside of Godlike coming into this matchup, and them being able to take it away and now setting the date to go up against XTZ. This is going to be extremely scary for the side of XTZ if this is the Godlike that they will face moving forward into the lower bracket finals.
Yeah, one way or another, it's us spectators who win out at the end because we have an amazing match set up for us. This was the last of the semi-final series, and going into tomorrow, we'll be seeing the lower bracket finals between XTZ Esports and Godlike Esports, as well as the upper bracket finals between Velocity Gaming and Global Esports. Top 4 teams in the tournament right now, and all 4 of these teams will bring a bang tomorrow as they try to make their way to the grand finals the day after. So just get ready, strap yourself on, because we're in for a hell of a ride. But in the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be on time to that ride. Make sure the car doesn't take off without you. For now, we're just going to go off, but make sure you also check out the links in the description below for some discounts, and follow us on the Esports Club social media to get all the timings of the stream matches, as well as any news for future tournaments to come or any content released to you by the Esports Club. We'll see you tomorrow for the start of the 2-day finals event, and make sure you're there for the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. Good night. Take care.
and every moment.